guys, welcome back. So this is part 2 of this Squier Stratocaster rebuild. In this video we're going to be working on the body and the neck. I started to route out the pickup cavities here because this was just a single pickup body. We need to add 2 new cavities here for the 3 pickup configuration. Started to route it out and realized that the camera wasn't recording, so you missed the opening part of that. But I'll go over again what I did to get tape down first. Some painter's tape. Put the pickup in place. I just traced out on the tape the location for those 2 pickups. Then I actually printed out a template of the shape of the pickup cavities. Placed that over that and traced that out. Then I just went in with the router and started routing it out little by little, going a little deeper each time. I don't have an actual template that the router would ride on to get a nice, even finish. So I'm just doing it by hand and roughing it. I mean, you're not going to see it anyway, so I think it's going pretty well so far. So that's where we're at. I'm going to continue routing out these cavities, get them to the proper depth, and we'll be ready to move on from there. So I'll get my router here, and let's set the depth. So I'm only going maybe a 1/4 inch deeper each time because I don't want it to jam up or anything like that. So we're gonna go little by little. Put my glasses on and we'll get going. Alright, so there you have it. Pickup cavities are all routed out. Look pretty nice and smooth. Good to go. Hopefully pickups will line up, which they should. Great, looks great. Okay, next we'll start sanding down the body. So stay tuned. We'll be right back and clean up this mess I got here, and we'll get started making a new mess by sanding down the body. So we'll be right back. Alright guys, so it's actually been a couple days since I routed out the pickup cavities, and in that time I did do a few things to the guitar body to prepare it for the final sanding. One thing I had to route out, a center channel there for the wiring of the pickups. The other major thing I had to do, since the original pickup, pick guard and bridge, I mean this was the original setup on here. The Squier bridge is pretty big. It's a little wider than our normal Fender bridge. So since I was going with the traditional, Fender setup, the pick guard is a little smaller in this opening here for the bridge because the fender bridges are narrower. So I did get a fender bridge, which you see fits perfectly, but I had to do some modifications because the original bridge is a top loading bridge for stringing up the guitar. String goes through the bottom here and out the top of the bridge. On the Fender, it's a string through bridge, which means the strings go through the back of the body, up through the body, through the bridge, onto the neck. So I had to obviously drill the holes through the body, and the way I did that was basically put the pickguard in place where it was going to go. I screwed it down, a couple screws to hold it in place. I then located where the bridge was going to go, the new bridge. I taped that in place. I drilled the 3 mounting holes. I screwed down the bridge, and then I went in with the drill and using the holes that are there, drilled through the body. Now you got to go straight through, or else when you come out the back, it's going to be a little staggered. So normally you would use a drill press, which would bring the drill straight down, straight through the body. I don't have a drill press, so I did it by hand. I've got a pretty good steady hand and an eye for that, so I figured I'd give it a shot. And for the most part, I mean, it's perfect up here. For the most part in the back, it's pretty straight. I just put some marker around there so you can see it better and kind of give you the idea where the ferrules are going to go, because I still have to drill those out to fit the string ferrules in there that hold the string in place. But I think it came out pretty straight. So once I drilled through the front, I took the bridge off and I brought it to the back and lined up the 2 outer holes. And once again, I drilled through that again, so it was a pretty straight hole. Okay, so then I just filled all the original holes that were there, all the pickguard holes and the bridge holes, with some wood filler. This way when we sand it all down, we'll have a nice smooth finish, and a nice new surface. When we put the pickguard and everything in place, we can drill some nice fresh holes and it'll be nice and secure. So that's it. We're ready to start sanding this down. Basically, I'm just going to use like 500 grit sandpaper, and we'll just start sanding the whole body down nice and smooth. We're going to try not to go all the way through the finish because the body was in pretty good shape already, and we don't need all that work sanding all that paint off of there. We're going to sand it down pretty good, and we'll hit it with some primer and we'll be good to go. Start sanding this down. Alright guys, so here you go. Body's all sanded. Looking pretty smooth. It's looking real nice. Alright. Next step, we're going to clean this up. And we'll start putting some primer on it. I'll put a couple coats of primer and we'll take a look at it. See if there's anything that needs to be sanded or filled. We'll come back, we'll sand it down a little, we'll get ready for some paint. And in the meantime, we'll get started on the neck as well. So hang tight and we'll be right back. Alright guys, so we got the body all primed up. It's ready to go. It's looking real good. I did go ahead and drill out the holes on the back to fit the string ferrules that I ordered. So those will go in there once it's all painted and clear coated. It's pretty straight. I got one hole there that's a little off from the rest, but for the most part, for doing it by hand, I'll accept it. I mean, you know, this is a project guitar and we learn from our mistakes. So next time I'll use a drill press. I don't have one right now, but I'm sure in the future I will have one. So that's it for the body. That's ready for paint. Put that aside for now. So the next thing we'll have to do is we're going to sand down the neck. Take that finish off of it. Get rid of the Squier logo on there. We're going to stain the back of it. And I'm going to paint the headstock on the front to match whatever I do on the body. And we'll go over that in the next video. So hang tight, and I'll get started sanding this neck down. Okay, so we are all good to go. Body's all primed up, ready for paint. Neck is sanded down, ready for some new stain and a new finish. So once again, thanks for watching my videos. Thanks for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. Leave me a comment. Hit that like button. So thanks again, and we'll see you on the next video. Take care, guys.